take good care of it.
Can't put a price on vision, can you?
No,
That's so valuable.
that's right.
When I was 7, I was diagnosed with severe asthma and allergies. And by the time I was 30, I was sleeping sitting up 9 months out of the year. I was on breathing treatments 3 times a day. I was giving myself my own allergy shots, my own adrenaline shots to breathe. I was maxed out on all the inhalers. I would beg for prednisone, and I was miserable. And I wasn't getting any better. At the time, I was working for an allergist, and I figured I'll just work closer to the guy with the brains, and maybe I'll get better. Maybe he'll figure out something for me. What I realized working for that doctor was that he was doing everything for me that he possibly could. And I wasn't improving. I found my need for the medications each year becoming greater and greater and greater. And that my immune response was getting lesser and lesser. I was sick more times than not. And I had a friend who introduced to me the idea of supplementation, and I come from the medical background, so honestly I poo-pooed it. I said, cut me a break. What can a little vitamin do that the medical profession hasn't already tried to do? But my husband, being the wise man that he is, he said, why don't you give it a shot, Cheryl? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain, and if it doesn't work, at least you can say you tried, and then you move on and find something else. He said, otherwise, life is going to continue for you in this pattern, and it's going to become a greater struggle every year just to survive. So I started on the program, and it took about 3 months before I started noticing improvement. I was still doing all my medical stuff. So recognize when I share with you the value of nutrition, it doesn't happen. The benefits to you do not happen usually overnight. It took me 15, 20 years of my life to get to this point of health where I was. It was certainly going to take a minimum of 3 to 6 months in repairing my body to get me back to where I wanted to be. So when we look at the value of nutrition, especially supplements, they're not medicine. They're truly supplements that the body needs, nutrients that the body needs to heal the body, repair the body and heal, and that process takes time. So for me, it took about 3 months before I finally started noticing some improvement. Within 6 months of my vitamin regime, my nutrition regime, my medications and all that stuff I had cut in half, I just started slowly weaning myself off. I realized I didn't need it anymore. I was feeling so good. And by the end of that first year, I was off all things medically. Now that was 10 years ago. I have not had an asthma attack since. I no longer am, the ER staff's best friend. They don't know me anymore, which is really good. And I can walk outside. We live on acreage now. I can weed and mow and hoe. Larry likes that too, but I love it because I love being outdoors. And I like to garden, and now I don't have to be afraid of not being able to breathe just because I step outside my door.